Sometimes I get questions about the body conditioning or the hard body conditioning, and like, is there an age that's too old to do it or anything like that? So in China, budgie train practitioners, they strike each other's bodies, they hip and shoulder each other, and they strike trees, and they can do that up into old age. So, it's probably not unheard of in their 60s, 70s. You know, there's 80-year-old people that still strike their body. So it's just how you use the body, what you do, and, your intention and stuff like that. So a few questions I get are like how to start off the body conditioning. You can start off by, say, striking your own body. So the back of the fist, if I want to do the back of the fist, I'd start off striking my own hand, and I might start off just, start off like that, and then might do that for, a week or so, just doing, repetitions. I mean, you could sit there watching TV or have headphones on and just, do different striking of the hand, all parts of the hands, this part, the back, the edge of the palm. So what that changes into, I'll show you with the other hand, is you can start off slapping the back of the hand on the tree, just gently. Moving up to a fist. And you can just tap it lightly. This is equivalent to like the Shaolin monks, how they hit themselves with that flat bit of wood, and they do that, most days, and they do all their body, and they do that every day, and then they fall on their sides, and they do all the different sort of conditioning. So this is a similar sort of thing, a little bit different, mainly for blocking, striking. So you can also do like a harder, more penetrating, pushing strike rather than just a tapping. So you do that on both sides, just tapping it. Even the flat, start off with a flat. You could do 10, 20 reps until your arm gets a bit tired. It's up to you. There's no real set. It's up to the person. So there's no real set time. If you see me swatting myself a few times, because we have mosquitoes here at the minute. We've had a fair bit of flooding here in Australia, so it's all good. Anyway, moving from the back of the hand, you could go to the outer edge of the palm. You could just strike in this way, just with a gentle, it's not real hard. Then you got this way, or I'll do it with this one, coming in this way, just bouncing off it. You can even do a more penetrating strike, getting a bit of double striking happening there. That's probably from my Kempo days. You could do one rolling over the top like this, just like a speedball. So I'm striking like this. What this does, so that's quite thick, if you can see, and it's quite pronounced. This one not as much. This one's not as much. I actually need to probably do more finger type weights for this one. You can do that. I actually filmed this earlier and it didn't work, so I'm doing it again. So in the world of arm wrestling, it translates or parallels the martial art hand conditioning and things like that, because they're trying to strengthen and build up all the palm so that it's harder to get or it's harder to grip for the opponent. So it's harder to get that that purchase or whatever you want to call it, get that good hand grip. But it translates to strength, and yeah, it parallels sort of martial art training. So strength training when it comes to arm wrestling correlates to this sort of martial art training as well. So I don't do a lot of that, but I've seen their stuff. I find it quite interesting. So any gripping sort of stuff, things like that, outwards, inwards, would build this, especially the palm muscle. Oh, sorry, the thumb muscle here. That's a good one to build, and it's going to lead to a thicker, stronger hand. So anyway, moving on. So yeah, you can do the outside striking, like with a sort of penetrating, pushing movement. Then you come straight into doing if we're starting, just do a bit of a flex back. It's just relaxing the hand and turning it in, striking with this part here. So you can see that. And then you do the other side. And then you might get more, once you've built up to just tapping and getting conditioning, because it will build, this muscle will build really quick. So when I was sort of doing more of my training, more of the conditioning, because I'm pretty busy at the moment, I work a full-time job, so I'm not getting to do my conditioning as much, but I'm going to up my game this year. But let's say I've probably only been doing this conditioning like full-on hardcore for about 6 months. Now, martial art-wise, I've been doing different conditioning and stuff for, a couple of decades. So there's a lot of sort of muscle memory and things that I'm doing. So this sort of stuff with the relaxed strike and using a different sort of body mechanic, probably circular type stuff. So this would be the start. I might even come this way, like do some different stuff here. Usually I'm trying to make it martial, like as in martial arts, but if you weren't a martial artist and you just want to toughen your hands up, you could just be striking. Now this builds up to coming back further and, actually windmilling around and hitting pretty hard. And you can hit with a dead weight, like a dead weight, or you can sort of bounce it, or you can put that energy into the target. Okay, so that's probably mostly it for the outer edge of the palm. So you could come this way too, over that way. So arcing that way and over, and then arcing that way and over. But as I said, when you first start, just sort of rebound it. Then we'll move into palms, just striking with palms, which is the same. You can just start here. Just giving it a sort of relaxed. Just like giving a high five, pretty much. So I'd start with that. then you can go more into harder pushes. Now you can do this for hundreds of repetitions once you build up and get used to it. And what it's doing is it's getting all this used to force, like hitting with force. It's teaching you to strike from a distance. From a close distance. You know, your hands might be up close. It's not going to be very nice to cop a push palm into the nose. You know, even the back fist, a conditioned back fist. You know. So you can do that with the palm, the back of the hand. And you can move into a palm. The back of the fist. Just roll them. Working on this part. It's different parts to work on. Work on the inner part of the fist. This way. You just sort of. I just do different stuff as I feel it. Like this would be the starting off. You know. And same again on that side. And you can also do it with the thumb down. With the thumb down that way. You should be able to strike with any part of the hand as a weapon. It's about turning all this into weapons, even the fingertips. Getting them desensitized, but stronger, so you can start just tapping them into the tree. And then there's also like pressing, more of a pressing movement, and then build up into but like really be putting a lot into that.